Territory 2. We're all feeling like we're above 100 right now around the St. Louis area, with Scott Air Force Base coming in with 118 heat index. Temperatures will drop into the 80s this evening, but the heat index values stay in the 90s. We'll see you with an extended forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Scott. Breaking news in North St. Louis County, where police just announced an arrest in connection to the murder of a pizza delivery driver. Dominique Hoskins was shot and killed in a Domino's parking lot in Normandy last month. He was 28 years old. Police arrested Ike Buchanan this morning. Right now, he's being held on weapons and tampering charges.
Taking aim at crime in the city, St. Louis police are bringing in the feds. In just the last few hours, we have learned about a major new joint operation designed to crack down on violence. 5 Minute Size Laura Barcheski is live outside police headquarters to break it all down for us. Laura?
Kelly, while St. Louis Police Chief Robert Tracy says crime is overall down in the city, it's no secret that we're also down officers. So the St. Louis Police Department is going to be working with the ATF, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, DEA, Homeland Security, and the U.S. Marshals Service. Not only will they be focused on violent crimes, but also the illegal supply of guns to criminals.
A cartridge casing recovered in one shooting may help connect that crime to another shooting or firearm. A crime gun trace may help investigators identify a trafficking pattern or the source supplying firearms to violent offenders in the city.
With the help of local and federal prosecutors, they hope to have lasting impacts, keeping offenders off the streets. And before I sign off, I want to say a big thank you to Mike Bush. It has been an honor and a privilege sharing the anchor desk and the airwaves with you. Reporting live in St. Louis, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
Laura, thanks so much. More than 200 St. Louis County police officers still don't know if they'll have jobs next year. Tonight, the two politicians arguing over why are putting it in writing to each other. 5 on your side's political editor Mark Maxwell looks at what the letters mean for the people they're fighting over.
Yeah, 9 years ago, St. Louis County voters agreed to pay a little more so officers could earn a little more and more of them could patrol county neighborhoods. House Republican Jim Murphy says he wrote a letter to the Attorney General and the state auditor with those officers' careers in mind. Murphy asking state officials to trace the police tax money to see if maybe county government moved that money into places it didn't belong. Sam Page replied the same morning, pointing to public reports. He says settle all the math, and he invited Murphy to show up at a press conference to help him find money to pay for it next week. Page also aimed a line at his own county council, accusing them of defunding the police. Just one more elbow in a feud that's followed him to the exits.
You know, I've gone on ride-alongs with them. They do a fantastic job, but they put their lives on the line every day. You know, we've had, I've named a bridge after a fallen officer in my district. It's not fair to them that they should be the blunt of a budget cut when public safety is the #1 issue we have.
That investigation or audit could follow. For the record, the most recent county reports we've reviewed do show general revenue in the county actually bailing out the police fund, not the other way around. Murphy says if the audit clears the county, he'll say so on camera.
St. Louis police say the parents of a 2-year-old who walked out of her South City home in the middle of the night were not home when it happened. The child's mother told police she last saw her around 1:30 yesterday morning when she put her to bed. Detectives say the girl and 2 other children were home alone when she wandered outside and met a woman who was homeless. Police found the toddler safe about 6.5 hours into the search. So far, no charges have been filed.
Tonight, retired police officer Adam Sullentrup is settling into his new home donated by the Gary Sinise Foundation. Sullentrup was shot in the head while serving a warrant at a Herman gas station in 2023. He's undergone numerous surgeries. When the Gary Sinise Foundation learned about his need for an accessible home, organizers made plans for a new build designed specifically for Sullentrup. Today, the New Haven home was given to Adam and his wife, Michelle.
Mike, I just want to say thank you for bringing so many people's stories to life with your enthusiasm, your compassion. Just love you and wish you all the best in your retirement. You're never going to retire, but Mike, you're the best.
This 5 on Your Side newscast is sponsored by Classic Air Care, making people comfortable since 1926. Schedule your appointment today.
Barry Door and Windows Back to School Special is here. Get $399 off every vinyl window and give your home an A+ upgrade. Only at Barry Door and Window.
Hey, St. Louis, who's ready for some Chiefs football?
We want to send you and your family
To see the Chiefs crush the Seahawks on August 28th.
and the tickets and hotel are on us.
And all you need to do is gas up the car. It's the Chiefs game day giveaway all next week on Today in St. Louis. 3, 2, 1, go Chiefs!
Football is back. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Rams in preseason football. Don't miss the kickoff Saturday at 3 on 5 on your side.
When insurance companies play games, you need a team that knows how to win. Insurance companies have teams trained to protect their side.
After an injury, don't let the insurance companies beat you.
Holland Injury Law. Tested, trusted, tenacious. 314-888-7888.
Somewhere close to home, your new best friend is waiting. A best friend who will always be there, can't wait to see you, and will always be up for a long walk or just a night in on the couch, as long as you're there. At the Humane Society of Missouri, we give animals in need the second chance they deserve, so you can find the one who's been waiting for you. Visit hsmo.org/adopt.
Barry Door and Windows Back to School Special is here. Get $399 off every vinyl window and give your home an A+ upgrade. Only at Barry Door and Window.
After 41 years of serving this community with the standard of journalism that is built on trust, integrity, and dedication, we are down to the final minutes before Mike signs off. No tribute can truly capture what Mike has meant to so many of you. Here's a look back at the moments, the memories, and the legacy he's leaving behind.
Pandemonium for the second time in less than a week.
Mike's first job in Tucson in 1979 launched a career that would take him across the country.
Let the games begin.
New Orleans.
No, they say the opera's not over till the fat lady sings.
Kansas City.
Well, you just had to love it, right?
Until one audition tape changed everything.
We had a good friend who had started working in St. Louis, who had come from New Orleans, and he sent him a tape, because that's what you did back then.
There was a lot of competition going on, among sports reporters in town. And, Mike came in as our answer to a new generation of sports reporters. He entered in a market behind legendary broadcasters like Jay Randolph and Ron Jacober. This was the time, Jack Buck was around, Bob Costas was around.
In one of the country's greatest sports towns, Mike quickly earned his place.
As we salute Red Shane-Dink's induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
The NFL will ask the Rams for as much as $30 million to make this move from Los Angeles to St. Louis a reality.
Then came Sports Plus,
Buck, welcome to St. Louis.
where the conversations became as memorable as the highlights.
The old joke, they said, what would Stan Musial hit today? And I said, he'd probably hit about 310, 320. But you got to remember, he's in his 70s.
Olympians, celebrities, Hall of Famers, and legendary broadcasters. They all sat across from Mike.
He helped build the set himself in the back corner of our studios over at 1000 Market Street. He and Bob Clark, the director, basically came up with a plan for the set and how it would go.
With the legendary John Wooden.
That was sort of his vehicle for long-form storytelling, which of course has become his forte.
There was plenty of fun along the way too, especially with Mike and the late Bob Richards, and those legendary promos.
Bob and Mike, good sports through all kinds of weather.
As the years went on, Mike's career continued to evolve.
Today we've had a national tragedy.
Then came a day that changed the country and changed Mike's career. September 11th.
You'll recall the sports world shut down. There were no sports to report on, and Mike and the other members of the sports department were we would always tell them, no, I don't have a crew for you to do anything. We're covering news. Mike realized at the time that for him to be relevant every day, that maybe news was where he needed to be, and not necessarily in sports all the time.
He'd been working in this business at the top of his game for so many years, and when he first came to tell me he wanted to anchor, it was such a no-brainer. Of course, this is such a natural thing.
The switch from sports to news seemed effortless, anchoring alongside Kay Quinn, Deanne Lane, and Karen Voss.
He never does something just kind of halfway. He gives it his all, and he's very skilled, so he brings a great deal of ability to it. And I think everything he does is the best he can possibly do.
Mr. President, I received an email from a small restaurant owner in St. Louis.
His reporting would take him from the White House.
Doris has driven the bus about 9,000 miles a year
To neighborhoods across St. Louis.
The old uniform still fits. Looks pretty good.
But perhaps nowhere was Mike's gift of storytelling more evident than in making a difference.
What were you thinking about?
My kids, and how, this, how precious life is and everything, I don't know.
He has this ability to meet people and to learn about their situation and then boil it down into a very short story, but that just gets you in the heart. He's able to just take it down to those basic human things that we crave, and it's really brilliant.
And I'm Mike Bush, and I've been honored to be part of this amazing Five on Your Side tradition for nearly 4 decades now.
But outside the newsroom, his work in the community was just as important.
He's probably the most proud of. His work with MDA is something that I think is great. And at some point years back when he was very involved with the Camp for Hearing Impaired kids, and I know that meant a lot to him, and it was very special.
Thank you very much.
That Emmy was just the beginning. Mike's excellence in journalism has earned him countless awards. National Edward R. Murrow Awards, and so many more.
Mike may be the last great. I don't know. I know that there are people here, and there will be people to come who are dedicated and determined and talented. But I don't know that they will have the opportunity to be as total journalists as were possible in the past. They may not be able to serve as well as we were in the past. I think partly by timing and partly by his nature, he will symbolize a type of television news that may not be around in the future.
For 41 years, Mike has shared the stories of St. Louis, the triumphs, the heartbreaks, the everyday moments that brought us together. In return, this community welcomed Mike, his wife Claudia, their children, and their grandchildren, and trusted him to tell its story. We thank you.
In a world first, we get a whale's eye view and witness an epic 6-mile journey. All in the Caribbean. The Americas 2-hour event tonight on NBC.
Calling all players. By order of the traitors, everyday Americans are summoned to my game. Now the question is, are you ready to play? Now with everyday Americans.
Concrete problems don't get better with time. They don't get less expensive to fix either. But at some point, they need to be dealt with. There is a solution. Because concrete problems don't get better with time, but they do get better with us.
At this point, I think we could all use a little smile break. And this one is on Brown and Krupa. And this is my baby Goldie. and you're welcome.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Right now, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500 models. With no payments for 90 days. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
Telly Tire and Auto Center's biggest sale is back, the Tires at Cost sale. That's right, you pay what we pay on any in-stock tires from Telly's huge inventory. Our certified techs will even mount and balance them for only $30 per tire. All that, plus a 30-day ride guarantee and lifetime tire protection. Gas and grocery prices may be going up. Take care of your car. Take it to Telly. Additional charges apply for tire disposal and road hazard warranty.
Would your class like to be part of the 5 on Your Side's 5-1 salutes? Register at ksdk.com/salute. Your class could win $500 from Scott Credit Union. Show your friends and family you're on TV. Sponsored by Scott Credit Union.
Think your concrete's on solid ground? The good news is your home's concrete problems can be fixed permanently, because concrete problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us. Call Woods Basement Systems today for your free estimate.
Well, we are still in a weather impact alert, and Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us.
Yes, and you're going to spend a few days in retirement in the weather impact alert right into the weekend as temperatures soar once again. We made it into the mid-90s this afternoon, just some high clouds. As they thinned out, temperatures went up. Of course, it's still humid. Your heat index values for most areas between 105, 110 degrees. Scott Air Force Base, Mount Vernon, feeling a little more of that agricultural influence with the corn sweat, and 115 to 120 off to the east of St. Louis. Right now, Lambert's coming in with a temperature at this hour of 94, the heat index at 105. We do have a wind out of the south. 96 was our high. The clouds and those showers last night actually allowed us to drop back to 77 degrees. No measurable rain at Lambert, just a trace. All right, the focus is really on the heat here right through Sunday. The weather impact alert continues through Sunday. There is not a lot of change in the afternoon heat index values until we get to Monday. On Monday, it will back off just a little bit. With the hot, muggy conditions, the recent rain, the light breeze, the mosquito forecast remains on the extreme side. Our weather impact alert will stretch right through Sunday because of the heat and humidity. Sunday evening, Sunday night, we may see some showers and thunderstorms rolling into the area. Temperatures will be in the upper 90s for highs. If we are going to hit 100 this summer, and we have not officially done so, the opportunity presents itself over the next 3 days more than any other day as we head through, it looks like, the rest of the month. Low 90s here or around 90 for early next week. And as we give you a special long-range forecast tonight, this is a special one to somebody who has not only been on the anchor desk, but has been the anchor of our newsroom and a guide for most of us, including even some of us that were a little bit older. For the rest of your 60s, Mike, we wish you grandkids and getaways. Your 70s, good health and mobility. Please don't break a hip. Your 80s and beyond, grateful and great grandkids. We know you have a great stretch ahead, and we appreciate everything you've done for us.
Thank you, Scott.
Our hit and run segments are about celebrities giving us quick, no hedging answers. Our biggest celebrity ever at KSDK is my close friend, Mike Bush. Let's play it for the final time. Favorite phrase, you gotta love it, or there you have it.
There you have it. That's the one I've said for many, many years, ending newscasts.
Percentage of times your lovely bride, Claudia, watches a newscast.
90%. Wow. She's a little different than Monique.
Monique's in the 10% level.
Yeah, no, she's old school. She likes watching the news.
True or false, you were secretly pleased when your 4 children decided not to go into television news?
I would say true. It's a rough business. It's getting rougher.
The interview subject, either in sports or news, that you were in awe of. I can't believe I'm interviewing this person.
Well, anytime you get to interview a president, that was pretty awesome. I got to spend 3 different occasions with President Obama.
Bigger than DiMaggio?
That was a pretty exciting interview, too, because the great thing, here's my great story about Joe DiMaggio. We interviewed Joe DiMaggio. He came in for one of the Bob Costas events for Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. Bob Costas got him here. He did an interview with me outside where they were having the banquet. And later, I played it for Costas, and Costas says, you know, I never interviewed Joe DiMaggio. I was like, you got him for me, Bob. But that was pretty cool. Joe DiMaggio didn't do a lot of interviews.
Your last meal in St. Louis would be where and what would you order?
That's pretty easy for me because my favorite restaurant in St. Louis, as you know, is Paul Mano's. And they have a sea bass that is to die for. So I'll tell you a little quick story. I was on the Amalfi Coast, and I went to a Michelin star restaurant and ordered the sea bass at this Michelin star restaurant overlooking the sea. It was just beautiful. It was romantic, and it was delicious. It wasn't as good as Paul Mano's.
What would you want somebody to say about your 41-year Channel 5 career?
He did the best he could, and he shined a light on the positive going on in St. Louis. I think that would be a nice epitaph.
You know, I'm a big believer that there are signs that the apocalypse is coming, and one of them is that Mike Bush is going to stop working. I don't believe that for a second. But if it's true, we're all doomed, and we have Mike Bush to blame. Actually, Mike, I have you to thank for everything I got in my career. You were a wonderful mentor and a great friend.
It's barbecue season. Kendrick's has everything for the grill. Kendrick's, your barbecue headquarters.
Talk to me about when you bought the house.
We moved to Kansas City for gymnastics for our daughter to train with an elite coach.
The funny part about it, we actually bought the house sight unseen. We were in Iowa, I think, at a gymnastics meet, and it was one day on market. We called our agent, then we called you, and you were like, hey, we got it. And just owning your own business, you know, there's never a straight line from 1 to 2, right? It is more challenging when you own your own business, when you're purchasing a home, you know, and I just said, trust the process.
Right now at Ashley's Labor Day sale, find incredible values on hot buys for every room, starting at just $4.99. Plus, you can buy now and pay later with 0% interest for 60 months with no money down. Only at Ashley's Labor Day sale. Don't miss it.
Hurry into the Ram Make This the Summer event for a great American deal. Now get 15% off select Ram 1500 models, plus no payments for 90 days. And get it all backed by America's best powertrain limited warranty. Don't wait. Get a great deal during the Ram Make This the Summer event. Nothing stops Ram.
During the Ram Make This the Summer events, purchase and get up to 15% below MSRP. Plus, get no monthly payments for 90 days on most 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cab models. See your St. Louis area Ram dealer.
Well, bath fitter, where I used to live, had some neighbors, and they had some bath fitter vans in the driveway, and so I kind of looked it up and saw what they were. And it's a one-day shower install. I had a tub conversion, so they tore the old tub out, tore everything out, which leaves a fairly big space for a stand-up shower. Their installers are very meticulous, friendly. They respect your house, and it's so professional.
Right now, get 20% off up to $1,200.
Hey, my daughter got Camper of the Week.
Wow, that's a big deal. We got a big deal too. Right, Mom?
Okay, see that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe over there? We only paid.
Wasn't that?
Nice. Enjoy your new car.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days or 1.9% APR for 72 months on select models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Ashley's Labor Day sale is going on now. Shop the lowest prices of the season with savings of up to $1,000 store-wide. And you can buy now and pay later with 0% interest for 60 months with no money down. Only at Ashley's Labor Day sale. Don't miss it.
So we've reached a moment that is very bittersweet for me. I don't want to take up too much of your valuable time. I really could just stop after saying 2 words. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me into your homes for the last 41 years. and for making me feel like I belonged. The truth is, no one has been luckier than me. I wanted to be a broadcaster from the time I was 5 years old. Somehow that little boy who dreamed about doing this got to live that dream for almost 50 years, 41 of them right here at KSDK. But the greater gift wasn't just getting to do what I loved, it was getting to do it in a place that I love. St. Louis can be pretty hard on itself. We know our problems. Lord knows I've reported on plenty of them. But after 4 decades of telling this region's stories, I've learned that the best of St. Louis almost never makes the top of the 6 o'clock news. The best of St. Louis is in the way people here show up for each other. And I've been fortunate to work alongside people who do that every day. Local television news is the ultimate team sport. And for more than 4 decades, I've worked alongside some of the most talented, dedicated, and hardworking people in this business, many of whom you've never seen on camera. One of the things I hear most often these days is, I can't watch the news anymore. It's too depressing. And I'll be honest, it's hard for us too. Sometimes those difficult stories stay with me when I go home. But after all these years, like I say, I also know there is a lot more good in this community than ever makes the news. And that's what I want my next chapter to be about. So while this is my last night in the anchor chair, it will not be my last night at 5 on Your Side. The station has asked me to stick around for occasional special projects, more making a difference stories, more chances to shine a light on ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Because while it is time for a new chapter, I'm not quite ready for the rocking chair. Legendary Walter Cronkite once said, "Old anchormen don't fade away, they just keep coming back for more." I like that. So after 41 years, I'm not going to say goodbye. I'll just say thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for growing older with me. Thank you for letting me tell your stories. And thank you for turning a 5-year-old boy's dream into a career better than he could have imagined. It has been a privilege. And there you have it, 5 on Your Side at 6. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you soon.
Watch local news 24/7 on the 5 on Your Side app. Stream free on your TV or phone.
This 5 on Your Side closed captioning is sponsored by iBuySTL. No fees, no repairs, no stress.
Scotsman paid me more.
That's what you constantly hear when you visit Scotsman. When you bring your coins, sterling silver, paper money, jewelry, investment metals, and more. But sometimes you hear even more.
Wow, for my gold, you sure?
Scotsman in Creve Coeur.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. We've won over $1 billion for our clients because we have a winning playbook.
When my family was injured by a delivery truck, Mike's team went on offense and got us $1 million.
So if you've been hurt, call me. I've got this.
Smiles? Happy people? Is this really my new doctor's office?
Oak Street Health is not your typical doctor's office.
I'll say.
We specialize in taking care of older adults like you. Hey, Sylvia. It's nice to meet you.
Do you all know my name?
Of course. And instead of just seeing you when you're sick, Oak Street Health helps you stay healthy.
Plus, we take our time and never rush you out.
Is this my...
Yep. You're going to love it here.
Call Oak Street Health today.
At DQ, we're double flipping over our limited time Blizzard Double Flip deal. Buy 1 Blizzard tree and get a second for just 99 cents.
99 cents? That's bananas.
No, that's bananas.
1, 2, 3, we got that DQ flavor. Savannah bananas, do it big, do it major. Home runs, fun runs, everything's crazy.
The Blizzard Double Flip deal is here.
Should we tell them to stop?
It's bananas. Buy 1, get another for just 99 cents. Get it in the DQ app.
Hey, St. Louis, who's ready for some Chiefs football?
We want to send you and your family
to see the Chiefs crush the Seahawks on August 28th.
And the tickets and hotel are on us.
And all you need to do is gas up the car. It's the Chiefs game day giveaway all next week on Today in St. Louis. 3, 2, 1, go Chiefs!
Football is back. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Rams in preseason football. Don't miss the kickoff Saturday at 3 on 5 on Your Side.
I hit the concrete. I was in the worst pain I have ever been in my life. I decided to call Morgan & Morgan. They have so many specialized lawyers working for them. They definitely went to bat for me.
It's Toyota's national sales event with so much summer left to see.
From the perfect seats in a RAV4, to reimagining spaces in a Corolla Cross, to rooms with a view in a Tundra. Don't you love when summer just clicks?
Right now, get a great deal on the 2026 Tacoma with APR financing as low as 3.99% or